Hey guys, what's up? It's Dusty here, back with another crypto video, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. We're also going to be giving away $50 worth of crypto, and all that you have to do to enter is press the like button on this video and comment something down below. And if we hit those likes, guys, 300 within a day, then we're giving it away. A petition starts asking the Ripple company to stop dumping XRP gains momentum. This is going all the way back to Crypto BitLore's tweet saying, sign the petition on change.org of stop Ripple dumping. I actually saw a lot of feedback come over about this in the last couple of days, even though this whole discussion actually initiated almost a week ago, like almost 2 weeks ago, kind of. And Peter Brandt replied and said, the chart pattern for many months has shown a distribution of XRP by Ripple. It has manipulated the price to hold support, but if support gives way, Ripple will be forced to dump in a major way. And again, it's kind of interesting how people view this, and it's kind of interesting how people kind of draw their own conclusions about the situation, or try to influence other people's decisions by saying these types of things. Because one thing we know for certain is that Ripple sells XRP. One thing we do not know for certain, and what a lot of people, I think, find a bit of the problem, is that we don't know exactly what it is spent on. And again, you might be able to find it out somewhere, somehow, but at least for most of the people, the majority, we probably don't know exactly what happens. Now, one thing I know for sure that happens is 1 billion XRP every month. Of course, that goes out of escrow, and that a majority of the coins that are kept, again, I'm saying that specifically because most coins get put back into escrow for another very long time. Most coins that get spent are used on the XRP ecosystem. And when I'm talking about XRP ecosystem, I'm talking about things like Spring, Coil. All these things are funded. Spring, Coil, and some other things. They're all funded by XRP that Ripple had. And if Ripple would have not been there, they would have not existed. And again, Spring, we know, also facilitates the XRP tipping system by Vitsavind, and all those things are all done by the support of Ripple indirectly. Again, it's the kind of the venture arm of Ripple, even though I don't know if it's officially what you should call it, but kind of the like innovative arm in terms of investments in SMEs, like capital venture or whatever, Spring, and it's all funded. So again, I don't think it's a bad thing, the dumping and the selling. Again, I also don't think it makes that much of an impact on the price like they're talking about here. And the reason I started to address it once more is because I've seen way more people than I expected to see really reflect back on this and come back at it again. And as you might have seen on Twitter as well, people are still butthurt about it. One Bitcoin article I have in the whole midst, $52 million worth of shorts liquidated on BitMEX exchange. I just thought I should quickly mention it, that there's a crazy amount of money being pumped into those shorts, which is all kind of gone to waste. Again, if you don't know what a short is, it's that you're selling Bitcoin, you're predicting the price to go down, you're borrowing some coins and you want to later give them back. But if the price is lower, then yeah, it's going to be more expensive for you. Or if the price is lower, at that point, then you've made yourself some profit. If the price is higher, it's going to be very expensive for you, aka you lost your money. And what happens with liquidation is that you went to trade with leverage. In this case here, if you're trading with $77,000, which they were doing, trading 100 times leverage, so they were trading with $77,000, but it looked like $7.7 million. And yeah, what the problem with that was is that, yeah, if you start to do a thing like that, you're not really sure of your life. Like, trading with 100 is so crazy. I don't even know how you could do that. I don't even know how you could get it down there. You know, the big sack hanging to do such a thing. But hey, some people have done it. Trading with 100 times leverage is trading with 100 times more money than you have. And again, that means that every 1% of the coin moving is 100% terms of profit, but also it's a very big loss in that case. XRP News on Twitter said, and again, why I'm showing this is actually just because of this big spike that occurred here that a lot of people were not aware of. XRP_News said on Twitter, XRP holders are in it for the long term. Who's excited for 2030? And then Lionel says, however long it takes, it's worth the wait. Patience, young one. a lot of people are really positive down here. Like Nicholas says, "Where are your oh wait?" As a reply to this, I love XRP, but there's only a slight chance it will be valuable in 2030. The bank alliance will be formed, and the digital asset will be used for cross-border settlements. This will severely hurt XRP. Ripple must get actually big banks to use XRP before the alliance is formed." And again, Nicola XRP is wondering, like, what is your source for this alliance? And I don't personally know either, but really the real thing I wanted to show you guys with this is that there's many predictions for the XP price, but most people are excited for the longer term. And if you are not, yeah, it could be a difficult hodl. And also, it could just occur, right? If we're talking about when the next bull run is going to be, for example, Charles Hoskinson expects it to be coming relatively soon. But again, that's not really soon. He's saying 10, 11, or kind of now like 10 years from now, we will reach a higher point than Bitcoin has ever reached before. But it's going to be 10 years because adoption needs to change and yada, yada, yada. But still, in the longer spectrum of things, right? Let's say Bitcoin does get all-time high again, but then times 5, you're still 5 timing your money in 10 years. But I'm just thinking about, it's only to 50,000. I think, 100,000, 250,000 is also quite doable. Let's say 250,000 that it pushes to within 10 years. It's times 25 on Bitcoin. And of course, for XRP, you can kind of calculate some other price. But for XRP, it's a lot more interesting because it's also already times 20-ish, like times 15-ish to come back to all-time high. And, for Bitcoin, it's only times 2. So that's, again, a little bit of a difficult situation that makes it all kind of crazier in terms of XRP, but you always got to be a little bit careful with your predictions to not, fall into the bad part about it. You always got to be a little bit shy with your predictions. Tony Valentino says on Twitter, Ripple currently holds 50.4 billion XRP in escrow. They will stop all OTC sales at 50 billion, and this 50 billion is what will be handed over to the IMF. 50% XRP in circulation for 7 billion people, /companies, /banks, etc., and 50% supply for the elite, so the IMF and the World Bank, etc. Money is power. And then, of course, the biggest question here is, where's your source? Some people are questioning it. Here is XRP Patrol Head Jello 4PP. He says, source, XP Harvester, so XP_Harvester, he says, his imaginative mind. I can envision something similar, but won't tweet it until I have more concrete evidence. Lagarde hasn't once said Ripple or XRP, we're just hopeful. We'll see though, I hope he's correct. And again, somebody else says, or K. Frazine says, how do you know this? Just guessing now, and he probably is, because I don't know it either, and if I can't find it out, then he most likely cannot either. But maybe you know something that I don't. It's always a possibility. I have a quick video, but I want to wait for it for the end. Bob Rass X says on Twitter, our team is currently working on a great project on the XP Ledger. And if you don't know who Bob Rass is, he is actually from Coinfield, CEO of Coinfield Exchange, focused on making cryptocurrency more accessible globally. Views are mine, and retweet is not endorsement. So, what you should know from this is that this is pretty cool. He also says, our team has been working on this project for over 6 months. More details will be closed sometime by the end of September. This closed. Yeah, I mean, what else can I say about this? We don't know what's going to go on. We don't know what it is. Could be XRapid. We know that for a fact. But all I know is that it sounds pretty cool, pretty good. And again, all these exchanges working with XRP is positive. Neil Duncan says, I knew there was a reason so many XP-related tweets coming from Coinfoot Exchange. Now we got a month before we see what they've been planning. And yes, if you don't know what that's talking about, I think they started to know it, and they started some other cool XRP tweet rallies and then whatever a little while ago and over time here over the last couple of weeks. And it was most likely because they're working on something XP-related, and they wanted to get their community together for XRP. When XRP goes past $5, $10, $15, $20, a lot of you will sell, and I'll be still here patiently waiting until Ripple is a household name. Get the bigger picture, everyone. Been here since 2014, and the growth of this company is amazing. Yeah, now, this is often a point of discussion amongst holders. When do you sell your XRP? When? How many? Percentage-wise, what do we do? And I've expressed my opinion mostly the same way. What I always say about it is do it in layers. I will never tell you to just keep holding all the way through, as it will most likely be a bad decision. You don't know for sure, but it will most likely be. Why I'm saying that is because if you just hold all the way through, you're hoping and you're waiting for real mainstream adoption or the price to really go another big amount up. But let's say you've already got your $1 million, XRP is at $20, right? Just for an example, that's like times, how much is that, times 100 or whatever. It's about the idea, not about the real prices. And you're just there waiting still. You don't have any money yet, kind of. You have it in crypto, but you're not spending it. You're just holding it, so you're not doing anything. So it's kind of on paper you have that money, but really you don't. And what I'm so afraid of with those things is that, first of all, a big shift in price, like a fall of 20% in the coin, is also a fall of 20% in your whole wealth. And if you've already expected to have a lot of money because, everybody's rich with crypto now, but you're not because you still have it in there, sort of like, it's always a bad decision because you don't really know what you're up against, and you kind of want a little bit more security once you're at these bigger levels. And specifically with XRP, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if mainstream adoption is really going to do much for the price. We don't know what's going to happen to the coin over a longer term period. We don't know what Ripple's going to do. We don't know if they get sued once more and things like that. They're all uncertainties. And that's why I always recommend you to just cash out at every single point. So when it goes to $5, or let's say all-time high first, you cash a little bit out. Let's say just 5%, right? You cash out just to have some cash on hand. $5, you cash another 5% out. 10%, you cash another 5%. $15, cash another 5%. 20, cash another 5%. Maybe higher percentages, maybe like 10% each time, maybe 20%, whatever you want to do. But just know for a fact that it is better to just reap some profits early and have security than to just wait for the higher points, because you're just you're pushing it then. Even though it's possible, since you might expect XP to go even higher, you don't really know. And that's why I always recommend against it, to just wait for the top, just sell on your way to the top so you are sure to have profit. Yeah, all right? Is that clear? And I'm speaking from experience, that is the best way to do it. Cryptopolis says XRP has a fixed supply, can be collateralized, efficient transfer of value, it's fast, it's scalable, it's decentralized, it's liquid and convertible to fiat currency, it is immune to 51% attacks, it's permissionless, there's an open protocol, it operates globally, and there's interoperable settlement bridge. Fire Dragon replied to that and said, the only thing that I do not do is my laundry. Not yet anyways. When it hits $20 or more, my laundry will be done for me. And again, XRP Lotion says, you also forgot to add that it's carbon neutral and environmentally friendly. And now to end it off, I want to show you guys this little video. Let's quickly watch it. Let's see if I can put the sound on.
Problem in payments is you don't have interoperability between networks. Blockchains can't solve this problem, right? Because blockchains are networks themselves. As networks, they can't be a network of networks. So we need some kind of an internetworking protocol for payments. Our bet is that Interledger protocol is going to be the protocol of choice for interoperability. It settles instantly. And it can be used in any ledger. It can be used in a central, HSBC, Bank of America's ledgers, Bitcoin, a distributed ledger, anything. It can move any type of value, dollars, RMB, Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, gold, whatever. Any kind of value can be moved. It's a protocol that's been underway for many, many years. There's a group called the WC3 that is helping with the standard around the protocol. There's almost 300 organizations that are contributors to it. So our bet is that this is going to be a successful interoperability protocol, a key. Big problem.
It's pretty cool that they also said you can move gold like this. It's a pretty interesting thing to think about, and I also am quite excited to see more about this. But hey guys, that was actually it for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Make sure you press the like button on this video right now and go ahead and comment your feedback down below, because I'm really excited to see what you guys have to say about this. Again, if you think I'm wrong on anything, make sure you let me know down below. But more specifically and more specially, make sure you check out my second channel called Dusty Finance, and also make sure you check out the Facebook group for crypto traders. This video was not financial advice. See you guys again in another crypto video.